Hi Virgo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your mid-month money and career tarot reading for the month of January 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to remind you, as always, this is a general mid-month reading, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't, all right? So I did receive a message for you for this mid-month reading, of course, in regards to your money and career. And that message is your time to be rich. Your time to be rich. So let's aim on down to pull some cards. Alrighty, Virgo. We're going to begin by pulling the initial messages. Some messages from the Small Making Magic deck. Wow, bear with me. For Virgo to begin this mid-month reading for their money and career for January. Okay, you got 3. Not yet set in stone, and take time to breathe out. I feel like you might be a bit stressed recently, especially in the first half of January, where you're just being pushed to relax a bit, right? You deserve it. A reminder in the midst of that, or just in general, the second half of the month, that nothing is yet set in stone, right? You can manifest what you desire moving forward, especially if you want a change in one way, shape, or form. So like some of you think like your life is planned out by the universe so concretely that you can't adjust things in your favor. Wow, as I'm pushed to show this as well, a new start is coming, all right? Nothing is yet set in stone. Keep that in mind. I feel like you needed to hear that. But you're one of the only ones, actually the first one that I've done so far, that has received 3 flying out. We have your hard work is paying off, the energy is gaining momentum, and expect powerful change. And I mean, going back to the overall message, it's your time to be rich. I mean, come on, Virgo. And your energy is just actually, I just feel so refreshed after doing a Virgo reading. But you're being reminded in the second half of the month, or you just see it firsthand in a lot of ways, that your hard work is truly paying off. And you just feel so good about yourself or about the efforts you've been putting forth. It's like, if you feel as if at times recently it's just, or for a while now, what you've been working towards just hasn't paid off, or just it just feels kind of pointless, or you feel like something's never going to get off the ground, or you're just not appreciated in the way that you think you should be at work. Your hard work is paying off. People are noticing you, and you're seeing more results, more financial stability flowing in a lot of ways. But the energy is gaining momentum. It's as if you're being reminded that motivation is taking place. Energy is getting momentum when it comes to your business getting off the ground, your job progressing in a positive manner, people noticing you once again, people wanting to sort of see how you're producing what you're producing, or just how you do what you do, or why are you so successful these days. But it doesn't feel like your energy is off the charts or just unbalanced in the second half of the month. You can hear it in my voice as I'm ranting pretty steadily, but it doesn't feel stressful. It feels like you're able to communicate, get done what you need to, and just you feel good about it, not stress all the meanwhile. And it may be a complete 360 when it comes to the first half of the month, or the way you've been recently. People are going to be very attracted to your energy to finish up January. But you're also being pushed to expect powerful change in a lot of ways. It just feels like you're going to be shining, you're going to be glowing. And what you've been working on in a lot of ways is going to shine. You'll feel as if you're somewhat in the spotlight, at least for parts of the end of the month, okay? It just feels like, once again, a new start is coming. A lot of powerful change is meant for you, okay? And you'll see that moving forward. I just heard your money will surprise those around you, and you just, again, partially yourself even after watching this reading, but more so it's being pointed out that other people will just be like, wow, I mean, how are you bringing in this much money at this point? How is this now paying off for you? I mean, I feel like you're even sort of saving money to a certain extent due to certain efforts. I heard a change as well. Okay. Let's wait for Virgo. We're pulling 6 Light Seers Tarot cards. First, they're going to be speaking upon the 3rd week, and the second half of the spread will be for the 4th week. Around there. Keep in mind, energy is fluid for Virgo to continue money and career. Okay. I don't know why, I just feel like it's very likable energy. You're very relatable in the second half of the month. Recently too, but anyways, temperance. So push to have patience when it comes to the justice you deserve, you desire at this time when it comes to reaching for that financial stability. And then right when you do instill that patience, that balance, as we have two cards that do speak upon balance here, you receive a boost in your income. You receive a windfall that just leaves you able to catch your breath. Going back to that breathe it out card, it just it's a part of the month where you just reinstill a level of faith within oneself when it comes to the year ahead. Beautiful. So we're beginning the third week of the month with the moon card. I just heard this has nothing to do with your emotions, or that's not how it was worded, but it's not about your emotions, okay? This is about you feeling like you have a lot of work to accomplish, drowning in it to a certain extent. A push to ask yourself if you really feel that you need to accomplish all you need to, and some of you being like, well, yeah, it doesn't feel negotiable at this point in my life, but I need to sort of balance things out. A lot of decisions to make at the beginning of this week as well, but being side by side with this, your hard work is paying off. I will tell you, this is the one sort of stressful part of the second half of the month for you, or one of two, okay? But you will find that you're reminded that, yeah, you have a lot of work to accomplish. Yeah, you feel like you're drowning in it at times, or you feel just a little bit, it makes you feel a little bit all over the place, or just like you're giving a lot, or have been for a while. But this is when you're reminded that your hard work is paying off. I don't see the money sort of increasing at this point per se, but I feel like it's more so recognition, appreciation, statistics improving, right? You just kind of getting your numbers up there, or seeing things just get off the ground a lot smoother. Again, your hard work is paying off, okay? With the Knight of Cups, to make your way to the middle of the third week, you're being viewed as the Knight of Cups, okay? Someone who's passionate, all right? Somebody who is creative, you come up with creative solutions like that, or you just find yourself taking a deep breath and just coping with the stress, the difficulties, the hard work at hand, and you're not willing to give up, right? You may be feeling like a little bit of emotion is wrapped up in what you're going after, but you're reminded at this point in the month that that was weird. There's a balance that's needed at this time moving forward when it comes to your emotions being wrapped up with what you're trying to achieve and stripping them away, at times you do become more successful at what you're trying to achieve at when you strip your emotions away. But then at times you do need to remind yourself why you're going after what you're going after, what you're trying to achieve in general, right? Trying to find that middle ground. And all the meanwhile, I do feel like there's a very magical sort of glowing way about you. And at this point, you're going to attract money just without realizing it. You're going to find that people just want to donate to you in one way, shape, or form, or you just get a bonus or something to help you glow. Treat yourself as well. I feel like it's definitely a time to pat oneself on the back and implement self-care. Ace of Swords. Okay. I just heard work harder, not smarter. Okay. And I feel like that is somebody, it's like you're almost being pushed to not give up on the hard work, because at times you do sort of want to analytically work towards something in a way that would give it, the most guaranteed best results. But oddly enough, it's like that could be the most confusing statement to digest at this time. But to wrap up the third week of the month, you aren't overthinking things, right? With the Ace of Swords, which can talk about, trying to like figure out the equation for things, especially as a Virgo. Um, it's like you begin to wrap up this week of the month and you're being pushed to just keep persevering with the hard work, to just do what you know how to do, right? To just not overthink it, and you don't. It's like you take the advice from others or from Spirit in the universe, and you're reminded to expect powerful changes if you just continue pushing forward in a balanced way. You're also going to be reminded to wrap up the third week that your mind is a powerful tool as long as you don't overwork it. Okay? You may also be thinking about a lack of a fresh start moving forward, a beginning you desire, but you're going to be reminded that it's closer than you think. All right? So we're beginning the last week of the month, the fourth week, with the King of Pentacles. And so this typically does come through as a bit of a manifestation card for me on this channel. And you're pushed to begin this last week of the month. Sit back in your chair. I'm seeing Spirit push you with one finger in a gentle manner. Just sit back, relax, manifest what you desire. You may even feel like you're sort of in a relaxed way presenting what you've been working on, or just feeling like you can relax because your money is doing a lot better. Again, it's your time to be rich, to be stable, to be financially comfortable in a lot of ways. You're being reminded that your hard work is paying off once again to begin, again, both halves of the second half of the month, horribly put, but it just feels like you are seeing that you compare those times when you feel like you're drowning in your work, when you feel like you just have a lot to accomplish with, viewing things and approaching them in a more relaxed manner, trying to manifest things that you don't always need to work 24/7 in order to accomplish what you need to. And it could feel, again, very conflicting with what they tried to communicate, a few steps behind at the end of the third week. But all the meanwhile, it's like, do you see how balanced this is? When you continue to do what you do, and you don't overthink things, and then you start to manifest, right? You just believe in what you can do, what you're about to achieve, and you just see the money flowing in. You see your hard work paying off, and allowing yourself to believe in all that you are going to achieve moving forward. Okay. I heard I accept it. Let's just do this. 1118, look up that angel number. There's a message for you. 1118. Anyway, so you make your way to the middle of the last week of the month, and we have the Six of Swords. There's going to be a feeling at this point where you just want to walk away from a job altogether or business, or you just want to step away, sail away temporarily to regain your strength, or just feeling like you just don't like certain energies you work with, but therefore you're being pushed to remember, do what's right for you, okay? But all the meanwhile, your money's working out, it's doing a lot better, so you don't need to stress, okay? I do feel like, bear with me, if you're very empathic, you're going to be very affected by the energies you're working with or surrounded with. It could be a financial investment, like living situation, where you find you are just picking up on the wrong energies. You're at this point reminded very strongly that nothing is yet set in stone, and just take time to breathe out, okay? Balance oneself within. But being aligned with the Knight of Cups, you're just reminded to keep moving towards what you deserve, what you desire, that money isn't going to be an issue, or at least not as much moving forward, and you deserve the rich status or the financial stability that is ahead for you, that you're experiencing a taste of in the second half of the month. So just keep moving forward and believe in the magical touch that lies within you, all right, that you have. These Six of Cups to wrap this up. So you make your way to finish up the month, and a memory comes to be. Yeah, just one, okay? You're reminded of one big memory, whether it's the beginning of a job, the beginning of a financial investment. It's going to come about really in a very strange way. I'm being told to clarify this one. It's purposeful to remind you of the energy that's continuing to gain momentum when it comes to what you're trying to get off the ground or you've been working towards. As you struggle to breathe to wrap up the month, remember that this memory is purposeful. Even if you feel a bit guarded, a bit confused, it feels like you could all the meanwhile feel as if this memory is coming to be to remind you of how far you've come, right? To remind you that you can really accomplish anything you put your heart, your mind, and your soul towards, your hard work and effort. But it's just as if you might need to adjust your perspective on your future in general or your money situation, even still with all of the financial stability flowing in at this time. And so it could be just more so you need to adjust your perspective on this memory, this flashback that's coming back to be. Odd wording. It just feels like you are reminded in one way, shape, or form to wrap up the second half of the month that your happily ever after, your fulfillment is yours moving forward. As I see 1414, look up that number, and you're reminded things are falling into place, and you have so many reasons to celebrate moving forward. One of which definitely being your financial stability. All right. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're looking to book a personal reading, the information is down below. Just shoot me an email. I hope you have the most amazing rest of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Virgo.